a dead president, a hidden rebellion, and survivors on the surface. Here's the complete recap of Paradise Season 1. The show opens with Agent Xavier Collins at home with his 2 kids, where something already feels off. He's the lead agent for President Cal Bradford, and when he goes to check on him, he finds him dead in his bedroom. Collins notices the president's tablet is missing. We also learn Bradford and his wife plan to separate after his term. Breaking protocol, Xavier calls his trusted partner Billy and orders a lockdown, but CCTV reveals Collins was the last to see Bradford alive, while his superior Bradshaw is connected to the powerful Samantha Sinatra. A past moment shows Xavier once took a bullet for Bradford, proving how close they were before their relationship fell apart because of Xavier's wife. Now Billy and Jane act suspicious. Billy slept on duty, the security feed cut out before the murder, and the killer had time to escape through the balcony. Collins calls a code red and gathers everyone. When questioned about his last talk with Bradford, another flashback ties their fallout to his wife. Further back, Bradford and Sinatra had trusted Collins with a huge secret, the stolen tablet's data, and warned him about a coming global catastrophe. Collins rushes home to find the killer, and the big twist reveals their entire city is an underground refuge built after an apocalyptic event. We jump 12 years back as Samantha Sinatra gathers the world's brightest minds while secretly building a massive underground city for unknown reasons. In the present, as Samantha prepares the eulogy, we learn she was the richest self-made woman in the world, whose perfect life with her husband fell apart when their eldest son became chronically ill. Collins is interrogated for being the last to see Bradford. Samantha and psychologist Gabriella Tarabi observe. The public is told Bradford died of natural causes and a new president is sworn in. Presley Xavier's daughter skips the ceremony, follows Bradford's son to the library, and he admits he regrets their last argument. More memories reveal Samantha and Bradford first learned about the coming global catastrophe at a lecture, which drove her deeper into the project. In the present, Collins tells Billy he doesn't trust Samantha, while a younger Bradford once showed Presley the planes that brought them underground. Gabriella shows Xavier around the city she helped design to feel like a normal town. He opens up about his pilot father. Xavier once trained to follow him, but switched to the Secret Service after failing the eyesight test. When his father developed Parkinson's and refused to stop flying, Xavier secretly filed his retirement, destroying their relationship. A bigger truth comes out. During the evacuation, Xavier's wife was in another city and Bradshaw never tried to get her on the plane. That betrayal is why Collins and Bradshaw fell out. Meanwhile, Samantha and Agent Robinson learn from the autopsy that Bradshaw was murdered and begin tracing the digital signature that shut down the CCTV. Billy and Jane are exposed as secretly involved. She claims they only cut the cameras to nap or play Bradford's games, but it's unclear if that's everything. Later at her home, Gabriella admits she helped choose who was allowed into the city, and as they grow closer, reveals Bradshaw's final warning: Billy is dangerous. Billy arrives near Collins' house while Presley waits outside, wondering where her father is. As a child, Billy grew up with an abusive uncle in a brutal Wild West-like world. When the man tried to kill his dog, Billy shot him, which led to life in prison and a path that turned him into a mercenary and professional killer. In the present, Xavier leaves Gabriella's, briefly stops home, then digs into Billy's file. Flashbacks show how they met before Paradise. Billy felt broken in the old world, but finally normal here, growing so close to the family that the kids called him Uncle Billy. While Xavier investigates, Robinson notices, and at the carnival, Collins tracks Billy down. Another memory reveals 4 scientists were secretly sent to the surface as people began doubting the president's promises that life still existed outside. Xavier confronts Billy and realizes he didn't kill Bradford. Billy swears he'd never hurt Xavier or his children, but admits he was ordered by Sinatra to eliminate the scientists to stop anyone from leaving. He later threatens Sinatra to stay away from Xavier's family, but she reminds him she can expose his past or have him killed. Billy decides to tell Xavier everything the next day, but that night he collapses at home. Jane is revealed as Sinatra's second assassin, staging his death and keeping Paradise under her control. But before we continue, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe for more recaps and updates on your favorite shows. In 1997, young Cal tells his billionaire father he wants to be a teacher, but is forced into politics. By his funeral, every relationship is fractured. His father saw him as weak, his son resents him for hiding the apocalypse, and flashbacks reveal that while Robinson thought their romance was real, Cal viewed it as an illicit alliance inside Paradise. In the present, Collins and Jane find Billy dead, with Jane instantly playing the grieving partner. A flashback shows Cal unlocking a secret file, first transmission, using his father's palm print. The recordings reveal the surface team found a living woman and planned to bring her back, defying Sinatra, so she ordered Billy to kill them. Cal hides the truth in his diary and a mixtape for his son, and asks Gabriella to warn Collins that Billy is dangerous. Finally choosing to do the right thing, he confronts Sinatra, vowing to expose everything and bring survivors into the city. Now, Billy's death is ruled a suicide, but Xavier is sure Sinatra is behind it and teams up with Robinson. We learn that before dying, Cal passed on the location of hidden weapons and wrote a number on a cigarette. Xavier tells Presley Billy is dead and to pack, revealing she has Cal's stolen tablet. Their neighbor, a tech expert, is asked for help while Sinatra secretly watches the house. Then the sky glitches and a message appears above the city. They're lying to you. The message in the sky is still there the next morning, and Sinatra's engineers are locked out of the system. When Gabriella meets Xavier, he says he's coming for Sinatra and cuts off his wristband, going fully off-grid. Robinson's team retrieves the hidden weapons, and when rebels start disappearing from the network, Sinatra sends troops. Too late. Xavier and Robinson form a resistance, while Sinatra orders Jane to hunt him down. Meanwhile, Presley sneaks out to Jeremy. We learn she stole Cal's tablet the night of the murder, hoping for answers about her mother, and Jeremy gets his grandfather to unlock it. As Xavier's group prepares to expose Sinatra, she finally reboots the system, plunging Paradise into darkness, and leaves HQ with Gabriella. Jane tracks Jeremy, runs into Presley, and gains her trust by mentioning Billy's death. Xavier's team surrounds the safe house, but Sinatra isn't there. Gabriella tipped her off and urges Xavier to talk instead of attack. Then comes the biggest reveal. Terry is alive, and Sinatra can help Xavier find her if he ends the rebellion. We flash back to the day the world ended. A seismic disaster in Antarctica triggers a planet-wide tsunami and throws the White House into chaos. As the survival plan is approved, Xavier races to save Terry, and with Cal's help, a path is arranged to the Atlanta Air Base. But as missiles launch across the globe, time runs out. Convinced people deserve the truth, Cal orders a final broadcast. Riots explode, the compound is overrun, and Xavier's team fights their way to the plane while Robinson stays behind. In the air, Xavier realizes Cal always knew Terry wouldn't make it. When the military suggests nukes to clear the route, Cal instead shuts down global communications to disable the missiles. Sinatra protests, but he removes her and activates the code, stopping most of them, except the one bound for Atlanta. Xavier listens helplessly as he and Terry say their last goodbyes before the signal dies. In the present, after making Xavier confirm Presley is missing, she gives her ultimatum. If he wants his family safe and any chance of finding Terry, he has to restore order. A flashback to the bunker's construction introduces Ian Merrigan, the workers' devoted manager. When toxic rocks begin killing the crew, he pleads for an evacuation but is forced to continue. And after watching them waste away, he tries to assassinate Cal, only for Xavier to take the bullet. In the present, Sinatra plays a recording of Terry calling for her family and pressures Xavier to restore order, revealing the killer's DNA isn't from anyone in Paradise. As Xavier secretly helps Robinson free the detained VIPs, Sinatra orders Jane to kill Presley, but when she refuses Jane the payment of Cal's video game, Jane cuts the call. At Cal's house, Xavier finds the mixtape for Jeremy and traces the cigarette number to a library book with transcripts from Cal's tablet, where the librarian attacks and is exposed as Ian, who escaped prison, stole a soldier's identity, murdered the real Trent and his wife, brought in a woman to pose as his own, and infiltrated the city. Seeing Cal again pushed him to finish the job. He climbed in through the balcony, killed him, and hid the evidence. Maggie from the diner is his accomplice, but after she turns on him, Robinson frees Xavier, and they chase Ian to the top of the system, where he jumps. Xavier reports back, and Sinatra admits she had to handle Presley. Believing his daughter is dead after Jane's message, he kills the guards and is about to execute Sinatra, until Jane shoots her instead, revealing Presley is alive and was spared only because Sinatra refused the game. Reunited with his children, Xavier prepares to go to the surface to find Terry and other survivors, while Jeremy tells Paradise the truth. And here's a question for you. Did Sinatra deserve to be stopped, or was she the only one keeping humanity alive?